So I wanted to do a quick video. I didn't feel like messing with recording it and then putting it through and making a video out of it. So I just decided to go live because I got a lot to talk about, and we'll see if anybody joins. But I just wanted to talk about a few things that I've picked up, and also a spoiler 3. What's up, Cobra? Got your package sent out. Was it yesterday or the day before? Anyway, it's supposed to be there by tomorrow. I dug through everything I had looking for what you wanted. I'm not a big Daredevil guy, but I did try to find some things for you. So I sent you out, a few books. So let me know what you think. I hope you like what I sent, but I at least sent you the one that you wanted. So, all right. So looks like you're the only one here. That's cool. Oh, you're welcome, man. So I'm just going to go through and show a few things I've picked up in the last couple of days. And then at the end, I want to talk about the Endgame, but I'm asking people not to do spoilers for people who haven't seen it yet. I just got back from seeing it and was blown away. But picked this up, picked up this Batman, the Court of Owls package set, whatever you want to call it. And haven't opened it yet, but it's got the mask and the book. The trade. Yeah, no spoilers. So whoever's joining, no spoilers. I'm not going to give any spoilers. I'm going to talk about the movie, tell you what I thought of it without giving away any of the plot. If I do, you can kick me in the nuts next time you see it. Yeah, man, I've got a couple of the Court of Owls books, but I didn't have a complete set, so I went ahead and brought the trade. So real quick. This is the mask that comes with it. So I'll probably end up hanging that up on the wall. And it comes with the trade paperback as well. And like I said, I had an incomplete story, so I'm glad I picked that up. You are farther ahead than I am on the new 52. Trust me. What's going on with my lighting here? But anyway, so this is the Batman Court of Owls, Batman 1 through 7. Okay, so it's Snyder and Capullo. All right. So do you have this whole run of Court of Owls? I guess so. You probably got 1 through 7, right? How many trades do I have in total? I do a lot of trades, omnibuses, and graphic novels. So with trades, if you count The Walking Dead, I probably have 50 trades. Oh, for the new 52? Oh, this is the first trade I've got from this. I've got a few of the single books, but this is the only trade I have from this. I just finished reading, well, it's been a week or two now, The Rise of Ra's al Ghul trade. And so I knew I was going to pick up another one. So I saw this and that mask. I couldn't pass it up. So I went ahead and picked that up. Have you read the old Rise of Ra's al Ghul? I always thought that was a good story. Hey, what's up, Epic Zombie? Hey, I got something to show you, Epic Zombie Killer. I was going to show this later, but since you're here, I'll go ahead and show it. I finally got Dale. He is one of the few, what I consider, main characters from the beginning that I wanted to pick up. He wanted to leave the show, so he actually got killed off on the show a little bit earlier than anticipated. So, Dale. You had that same figure, man? Yeah. I'm glad to have it because it's got the hat. I think if you're going to get a Dale figure, you got to get the one with the hat. So, and it's also got his little lounge chair from the RV. I don't know if you can see that. So, there you go. Are you into figures at all, Cobra? Because I sent you one. I hope you like them. You lost the lawn chair? I wonder if you could find one on eBay. That'd be cool to pick back up, I think. Everything looks. Here, I'm gonna. Excuse me just a second. I'm gonna wipe off the camera with my Santa shirt. Yeah, so I went and saw the movie today. I don't think that improved it any. Hey, Lisa. Hope all's well with you too. You know what? I don't have Shane's figure, Zombie Killer. And I've had no desire to pick him up. He wasn't one of my favorite characters. One of my favorite characters still is the governor. So everybody kind of forgot about the governor because of Negan, but I thought on the TV show, I always thought governor was better on the TV show, Negan better in the comic. So what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, show Dale. So I'm gonna show real quick my comics from New Comic Book Day. Picked those up yesterday. So I'm trying to collect all the War of the Realms. So we have Champions number 5. Tie-in to War of the Realms. Yeah, I agree with you. I thought the governor, everything about the governor, the guy played him. What did you say his name was? David. I thought he did a great job, and I thought it was well written. So here's another War of the Realms number 3. This is the main series number 3, and this is the variant edition. I'm enjoying War of the Realms. I know a couple of people that have talked about it not being very serious and having a lot of jokes in there, but it doesn't bother me. So, yeah, David Morrissey, thank you. I know a lot of people have picked this up. I had to get it because I'm an It fanatic. So this is the new DC Deceased Zombie book that's come out, and that is the homage to It, the movie It. So dig that. Got War of the Realm Strike Force, the Dark Elf Realm. Oh, are you still doing trades, Epic Zombie Killer, or are you doing single issues? If you're doing single issues, I was going to get your opinion of the book that came out yesterday, which is right here. Yeah. Check this cover out. Where is my? There it is. The next book is the one I'm talking about, Cobra. This right here I was going to show for Epic Zombie Killer real quick. You do trades? All right, so I won't talk about this issue then. This is the new single issue that came out yesterday with the New Comic Book Day. There's a new, I don't know if you saw this, Epic Zombie Killer, but there's a new board game. And I know you do the online games, but there's a new board game I didn't know if you'd be interested in called Something to Fear. It's a card game. And here's the cover I was going to show you that I thought was pretty cool. Cobra, the War of the Realms. This is another. I think it's a one shot. I'm not sure. Some are going to be some mini series that tie in, so I don't know what's one shots or not. But this Daredevil cover I thought you would like. So War of the Realms, the War Scrolls. I don't know if you're picking this series up, but I wanted to show you this cover. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I agree with you, Epic Zombie Killer, but I can't wait. I can't wait those for what is it, 5 issues, 4 or 5 issues per trade. This is a one shot, I think. Marvel's doing a lot with Star Wars now because they've got movies coming out later on, and then they've got a book coming out, so they're really, really going to push these. But Han Solo, I love the Millennium Falcon in the background. Only 3 on which one? The War Scrolls? I'm going to end up having to go online and just print out a checklist because I went in for New Comic Book Day yesterday, and all of the War of the Realms was all in this one section, and there's like 50 variants to each one. It's like I don't know what I'd already bought, so I'm going to have to start a checklist when I go. Yeah. So I bet you got that same cover, right? That because I know you like Daredevil. So I picked up the Punisher, but they did not have the Battle Line variant, so I had to order it. So this is just the A cover, which is all right. I'm about ready for this storyline to be over with, though. I don't really like. I like Jigsaw, but I don't like Jigsaw being like not the main enemy in the series. So Baron Nemo's the main enemy, and he hired Jigsaw. I'd rather Jigsaw be the main antagonist, but that's just me. I haven't been on Instagram yet. I just got back from watching that movie, Endgame. So, all right, I think that's all for new comic. No, one more new comic. I know what happened to Rick, but I'm not spoiled. Yeah, and at some point I'm going to talk about the movie. Just another reminder is please don't give away any spoilers or anything for the movie. I'm going to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it just in general. I'm not going to do anything specific. Batman 70, Tom King's run still going strong. I got tired of the nightmares, so I'm glad that part's over. So, all right. So the next part is going to be. Hey, what's up, Bulldog Plays? Where have you been lately, man? You haven't been doing as many videos. I know you left the group of guys you were with. So, but I know you started doing some videos, and I haven't seen many lately. So, but I'm glad you're here. Got to go feed my kid. All right, see you, Cobra Man. And like I say, you should get that package tomorrow. So look for it and let me know what you think. Just in time for me to go through some Batmans. So got Batman, Court of Owls. This is number 4 of the new 52. Been doing stuff with my girlfriend. Oh, you got a lady. Mad props, man. You take care of your lady. Treat her right. Be nice. So Batman. That was number 4. Batman, the new 52. Number 0. Is she older or younger than you, Bulldog? This is a really sought after cover. Batman 24 with Catwoman. Number 1. New 52. Don't worry, the videos and streams will be coming back soon. Just spend the time with her. And she's younger. We're both 16. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Have fun. I know you like playing your games, man, but, take her out, see movies, buy her some dinner, man. Treat her right. Don't be a douchebag. Not saying you would be, but there's a lot of douchebags out there. So be a nice guy. And you always seem like you are. You're always very nice and courteous on your videos. So I always appreciate that. How'd you? I thought the season 9 was the best season since the Governor. Since the Governor storyline, sure did. Really enjoyed it. Got no complaints about the series. I think Maggie's coming back. Maybe it's kind of back and forth, but then we're losing Michonne. So I don't know what to think of the future. Hey, man. Now, first off, Bulldog, it's 3 hours long. I'm not going to give away any spoilers. Don't worry. It's 3 hours long. That's all right when you got a girlfriend. I went with a bunch of dudes. So, yeah, you'll probably have a better time, but it is a really, really good movie, man. So, and I picked up a Polybag Steel X-Force number 1. All right. And then I got some comics I went off of auction. Let's talk about, before I finish up with these other comics. So I went and watched Endgame. Again, no spoilers. I thought it was very, very well done. The first hour, there's a little bit of action at the beginning, and then it kind of slows down. But when it slows down, it's building up to what it's going to be doing later on. So, just make it through it. I'm seeing Detective Pikachu. Yeah, I don't know much about the Pikachu, man. That was a little bit after me. I'm a little old So I don't remember any of the Pikachu stuff, man, but I hope it's good. But Endgame, like I say, a little bit of action at the beginning, and then you go through, where they're kind of dealing with losing all the people from the last movie. So hopefully you've seen the last movie. If you haven't, probably need to watch that before you watch Endgame. It's not going to make a whole lot of sense, but so you go through a good hour of pretty slow pacing in the movie, but then, man, when it picks up, you start having some interactions with Thanos, some other things later on in the movie that are really, really huge scenes, big cinematic scope, just huge scenes. So, hey, your birthday's next month. Happy birthday, man. You have to send me your address, man. I'll send you something up to Canada. I think you're in Canada, right? But especially like the last 45 minutes, action-packed. People in the audience were cheering. They were yelling. It was very, very emotional. Lots and lots of action for the last 45. So once you kind of get past the slow pacing of the first half of the movie, the second half really, really goes by quickly, and there's lots of action. So if you're gonna, go to the bathroom or go get popcorn, and you don't do it before the movie, do it during the slow first part, because you do not want to miss the second part of the 3 hours. Trust me. Harmless Rebels here, everybody. Steve, good to see you, man. I'm glad to hear you picking up some more titles too. I'd give it. Gosh, where would I put it? I would probably do 3.5 out of 5 stars for the movie. And like I say, if you're not a fan of slow pacing that's building up for something later in the movie, you'll probably be bored the first good hour. There'll be some scenes that'll kind of get your blood pumping, but the last 45 minutes, man, is really, really action packed. So, and again, I don't want to give away any spoilers. I thought that Iron Man, they had made Iron Man so unemotional and detached that I don't know. I really didn't like the way Iron Man has been portrayed in the previous MCU movies, but in this one, it really shows a different side of him. And again, I don't want to go into any details on why, but I really enjoyed seeing a different side of Iron Man, especially. You're getting a PS4, sweet, man. Yeah, I don't have any of that. I got a PS1 and an Atari. So, yeah, like I say, I enjoyed it. The theater's still packed. I'm glad that they didn't do, they had enough material probably for 4 hours. They could have split and did another 2 hour and then another 2 hour. I'm kind of glad they did the 3 hour, even though the first hour you kind of have to get through it. But to be honest with you, you really need to get through that first hour for the rest of the movie to kind of mean more, and a lot of the action to mean more later on. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, really, really enjoyed it. 3.5 stars out of 4. And then I picked up from an auction on YouTube. I picked up Civil War II Round 1 variant. This is cover Y, the San Diego Comic-Con black and white variant by Michael Cho. And then also Cho with number 2. Oh, which one? That's Fifi. That's the old Shih Tzu Yorkshire. Then we've got, look at this cover right here. This was the so this is a variant for that Batman 1000 that already had 50,000 variants. But this is the Midtown Comics variant. I don't know how many they did, but limited edition Midtown variant for Batman 1000. But I really dug that. That was part of that auction I won. So $191. Is that the last issue? Epic. We're talking about the last. I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't think you had read it yet. But if we're talking about the last issue, let me know before I talk about it. This is autographed, but I forgot by who. But this was kind of a throw-in. Generations #1. All new Wolverine. And I don't know if you can see the autograph, but it is signed. But I can't make out who, so I got to go back and watch the auction video to remember who that was. I was really, really shocked by the Walking Dead 191, to be honest with you. And I don't know if anybody else reads The Walking Dead. Do you read The Walking Dead, Steve? Because I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't read it. While I'm waiting, I can just keep showing some of these from that auction. Civil War #3, still polybagged. And this is the Joe Quesada Midnight Launch cover. Cover D. But it's still in the polybag, so you can't see the cover. So I will probably unpolybag it. Did Epic Zombie Killer, has Dan over at Dan's Reviews, has he done a review of it yet? We got the all new Avengers, all different, from 2015. This is a Alex Ross cover, one of my favorites. I have the first few trades, but I haven't got to them. Do you mind, Steve, if I talk about the newest issue of The Walking Dead? Because I don't want to ruin anything for anybody. The all new Avengers #2, again, another Alex Ross. All right, so in the newest issue, I think most people know. Most people know Rick in the comics is a lot different than the Rick in the TV show. In the TV show, of course, Rick's been whisked away in a helicopter, and supposedly they're going to make movies, at least 2. I think he signed for 2 movies, so they're going to make 2 movies with his character, and then I don't know what's going to happen with it. But that's the TV show. Comics, he's still alive. He has lost his hand in an comic number 191. He is shot in the chest by Governor Milton's son. I can't remember his first name, but and that's how it ends. So there's this uprising that's happening, and Rick, of course, is trying to play the peacemaker. And for her own safety, he gets Governor Milton taken and locked up. Well, her son, who's just this asshole, he finds out, he goes, gets a gun, and then while Rick's sleeping, he sneaks into Rick's bedroom and he shoots him. He acts like he didn't mean to shoot him at the end, but of course he was, it's his fault. He's pointing the gun at him and the trigger goes off. And you just see blood coming out of Rick, and then, he's kind of hunched over, so I don't know what's going to happen with him. But yeah, Sebastian. So I love the Walking Dead Companions. I have the first 2. I have 2 soft covers and 1 hardcover. But yeah, so I don't know what the deal is with Rick. I've seen some that think that's going to be the end of Rick's storyline in the comics, though I'm not ready to say that. I haven't heard that. That would be a huge shock if they ended Rick's story in the comic. So we'll see. The TV show really has to take more risk with characters because a lot of the actors that play the characters, don't renew their contracts and things. So a lot of people get killed off because, they're not renewing their contract or they're going to film another show. The comics doesn't have to worry about that. So a death in the comics is like to me, a bigger deal because they don't have to worry about actors and salaries and all that with the comics. So they can keep whoever they want alive or kill them, So yeah, we'll have to see about 192. I think that we've all said that before, though, about certain characters in the comics. And again, not in the movies. The movies, they tend to get leaked, not the comics as much. So I'm not ready to say that I think Rick's going to be, deceased in the next comic. I'm not ready to say that. So if somebody has information that I don't have, of course, then they can make an educated guess. But right now, as far as I know, everybody's just making random guesses about what they think will happen. And I'm not ready to say that I think Rick's character is going to be killed off in the comics. So. All right, Bulldog, man. Thanks for stopping in as always. Like I say, I hadn't seen you on in a while, but the next time I catch you online, I will definitely watch. So you keep at it, man, but you take care of that girl, man. And school. Focus on your school. Take care. Yeah, I think, and I will agree with you, but they have been playing it safe in the comics until the scenario with Dwight a couple of issues back. Well, probably about 3 issues back now. I thought that was a pretty huge deal for the comics. because I think a lot of people thought Dwight was going to end up being a leader at some point of one of these groups. And then to have that happen really was I thought that was pretty shocking how they did Dwight's death. So, but I thought the comics been playing it safe. The TV show, like I say, they have to make a lot of decisions based on the actors and actresses and their contracts. And, like Tom Payne that played Jesus, he wasn't happy with his character. He was, saying a lot of stuff during interviews that was kind of negative on The Walking Dead about his character. So they killed him. Yeah, I think I will too. I mean, unless something crazy happens, I know I'm going to stick with the comics. It's just one of the best comics ever. The TV show, they were about to lose me, but they got me back with this last season. But I can't say I'll stick with the TV show to the end. I hope to, but I won't make any promises. And another Ross cover, Avengers 4, Alex Ross from 2016. And another Ross. Secret Worlds Battle. I can't talk. Words with the R mess me up. Secret Wars Battle World. There we go. Black and white variant. This is cover E. This is Paco Medina. Fantastic Four Wedding Special #1. And again, more John Ross. I think John Ross lives down the street. Alex Ross. John Ross is a neighbor of mine. Marvel 1. Thor 705. Yeah. As far as I know, in the comic, Jesus is still alive. He's still, pretty big character in there. Another John Ross. These are John Ross. You know what? I'm tired when I just keep making the same mistake. Look at that Wonder Woman variant. And then look at this Catwoman variant. He can draw some pretty ladies, man. Boy, that glare. Here we go. The glare's bad. And finally, we've got Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #1 variant cover. I think that's also Alex Ross. And Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider #1 variant Ross cover. Whew. All right, that's all the comics. I thought Jesus' character on the TV show was fun when he first started. I really liked the episode that introduced him, when Rick and Daryl are out looking, salvaging for food and stuff, and he steals their van with all the food in it. I really enjoyed that episode. And I really thought, I'll be honest with you, I kind of agree with it, the actor Tom Payne, because in the comic, they focus a lot on him, but the TV show, he didn't really get a lot of airtime. And what's weird about that is how much they built him up originally. So, his first 3 or 4 episodes, they focused on him a pretty good bit, as really the gateway to all these different new communities. And then it's like they just dropped him. I don't blame him. I love the DVD cover for The Walking Dead Season 9. I haven't seen it yet, but I will check it out. Yeah, man, I think I'm going to get a shirt that says, I survived the Negan storyline. Because, man, if they had done it even remotely close to the comic book, wow, that's all I can say. It would have been great. But instead, they wanted to drag it out over 2 years, and people just got tired. They got Negan fatigue, and then, where he kills 2 characters. When he killed Glenn, I know personally, probably 5 or 6 huge Walking Dead fans that when Negan killed Glenn on the TV show, they quit watching it, and they haven't watched it since. And I keep telling them it's good again. You'll enjoy it. Go back and watch it. And they were so upset about that episode with Negan and Glenn that they said they'll never watch it again. Yeah, you're not alone, Steve. There was. I think the funny thing about The Walking Dead is they lost probably like 30% of their viewership in that season, but because they had such high viewership, they were still like #1 in their time slot. But there's not as many people watching. I think it's probably like a third less now, but still there's so many people that did watch as they can take that kind of a hit where 1/3 of their audience leaves and still be on top. And that's why it'll continue to go for years, I think. Yeah, I agree with you. I think a lot of people were bothered by the fact that Glenn was such an important character to a lot of people, especially with Maggie being pregnant. And so a lot of people said they'll never kill Glenn, especially after, do you remember the scene where Glenn and the other guy are on the dumpster and fall off, and you think Glenn got killed then, and it ends up he's still alive. The other guy got eaten. And then like 2 or 3 episodes later, you kill Glenn anyway. But I think a lot of people were watching that episode not knowing who was going to die. And so when Abraham got killed, they were like, oh, it sucks that Abraham got killed, but he didn't kill Glenn. And then 2 minutes later, he kills Glenn and his eye pops out. I remember people being so turned off by that. I'm never watching it again because they thought, thank God he didn't kill Glenn. He killed Abraham. And then he kills Glenn too. It's like, boy, a lot of people were pissed off. Yeah, and I think it's not Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Is that his name, full name? Jeffrey Dean Morgan? Or am I thinking of Harry Dean Stanton? Jeffrey Morgan, I don't think it's his fault. I think he does a really good Negan. I just think that first episode, with killing Glenn turned a lot of people off. And then people that stuck with it, a lot of people were just like, geez, it's been 2 years. When is this, when is this going to stop? Because in the comics, you can go a little bit longer with the story, but in a TV show, when you drag, a story out 2 years when there's really only 15 comics, and so you have to make up a lot of the story. It doesn't go with the comics. You're putting in a lot of fluff in there, and it just, man, it was. I made it through, man, because I'm such a fan. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I was on the verge. And by the way, what's his name? The guy that plays Glenn, Stephen Yeun, is that right? Stephen Yeun has a new show coming out. And I can't remember what it is, but he's going to be in a new show. Am I reading the new Daredevil? No. I've never been a fan of Daredevil, the movie, the comics, or anything. Now, a lot of people are saying I need to check it out, but I'm gun shy because a lot of people told me I needed to read Grant Morrison's The Green Lantern, and then Grant Morrison can suck an egg, dude. Grant Morrison just wants you to read it and think, oh, how smart Grant Morrison is as a writer, instead of writing good storylines. And so, so I was all excited about The Green Lantern because I hadn't read it in years. And a lot of people are saying, hey, you got to read the Daredevil, and I'm so scared it's going to be like a bad storyline. But yeah, I may pick it up and check it out. I thought that so far, his involvement in the War of the Realms storyline has been pretty good. So I don't know if you've read the episode, read the comic. Are you reading War of the Realms, Steve? Yes. Hey, what's up, Tuma Comics? With that new earworm of a song you got. Everybody go check out Tuma Comics' new song. He did a song. I don't even want to tell you who. But I want you to go to his channel and listen to his tune, man. I liked his story. Yeah. So I think so far in what I've read of his involvement with the War of the Realms crossover, I've been pretty impressed. The scene where he kills that one ice giant and it's like, what is it, like 4 or 5 panels of him jumping in the air. Oh man, I thought that was pretty well done. So I may give Daredevil a chance. I tried reading Daredevil, but that was back late 80s, 90s, and then I really didn't like the movie, but maybe, it was Ben Affleck, so maybe, it was wrong. I did watch a couple episodes of the Netflix series. I did not get into it, so it's just I've never been really impressed by Daredevil, but maybe I'll give him another shot. So, hey, Farley, is TV Negan as good as the comic version? I think the comic version of Negan blows the TV version of Negan away tremendously. Again, I think Jeffrey Morgan plays Negan to the best of his ability, but I think he's poorly written. Do you remember? I'll tell you what. Another thing that got me. I don't know if everybody's to this point, but when Rick and everybody goes to assault Negan and all his people over at the factory, and they could have shot Negan because he's just outside walking the balcony back and forth, giving this 30-minute speech, and nobody shot him, and could have ended it right there. I just thought, man, that's just poor writing. Hey, what's up, Angel? Say hello to everybody. Angel, Pages, Films, and Plastics. Yeah, I was actually, I talked about going, no spoilers. I went and saw the Endgame, 3.5 stars out of 5. I really dug it. Slow first hour, but you kind of have to get through that because it's building up towards the end. And I really liked the last 45 minutes to an hour a lot. But there's lots of, well, I won't say a lot. There's a few surprises in there. You lose some characters, and then some other characters are given new roles and all these other things that I don't want to get into. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I probably would give the last Avengers movie 4 stars, and this one 3.5, maybe 4, somewhere in the neighborhood. We'll say 3.75. Yeah, and I don't know. I just think that those monologues that he does on the TV show for like 20 minutes, and it's just, I'm exaggerating, but for real, like these 4 or 5 minute speeches that Negan gives in the TV show, just started wearing away at me personally. And I know other people are like, God, he just talks and talks and talks, and they're just like, I'm tired of Negan. It's like 2 years of Negan. They were ready for somebody to die. I don't think they cared who. I think the comic does a better job of actually showing the similarities between Negan and Rick. That they actually share a lot more in common than they want to admit. So, but yeah, Angel, I showed some new comics. I got the Court of Owls from Batman. I got the mask set. They come with the trade paperback with Batman 1 through 7. Court of Owls, because I have a few Court of Owls, but I don't have the full run. So I've been waiting to read the series until I got the other comics. But then I saw the mask in the trade, so I was like, heck, I can read everything in the trade and get a mask for the less than buying the single issues. So I stopped watching when they broke going back for the dumpster. I actually talked about that, I think, before you got here. Is one of the things that pissed a lot of people off about the TV show The Walking Dead was you almost kill Glenn, but you leave it a cliffhanger. So him and the other dude fall off. Were they on a dumpster or something like that? But they couldn't get over the fence. Or no, there was more walkers on the other side. So they both fell into the crowd of walkers, and you don't know. They make it look like Glenn's the zombies are eating Glenn, but it's the other guys on top of him. So a lot of people thought Glenn was dead, and then they bring him back only to kill him a few episodes later. That really pissed a lot of people off. Thank you, Angel. you've only read the first two, I will tell anybody. I think the Walking Dead series comics has been pretty dang steady from the beginning. I really have no complaints with the comics. I mean, there's people like you get attached to and you don't want them to die, but you're not mad about it. You're just like, oh, I thought they would last longer. I actually thought Dale would last longer than he did. And I enjoyed Dale because he was like the peacemaker, the father figure type. But then you got Herschel, and then what happened to Herschel. So yeah, and Angel, I picked up the speaking of Dale, I picked up the Dale Series 8. This is the one with the hat and the rifle, where he's up on top of the RV with the binoculars and the rifle and the lawn chair. So you get I don't know if you can see that, but it comes with a little lawn chair in there. So I'm happy with that. Do you know that Andrea is one of the most hated characters in the TV show? I saw a poll. It was Andrea. I forgot who else was hated on there. Like she was hated more than the villains, which is kind of weird. But people did not like her character in the show, the TV show. What's weird is in the comics she has the relationship with Rick, and I won't get into any more detail past that, just in case anybody was like, you know what, I'm going to go back and start reading it again or get caught up. I don't want to give away huge stuff, but in the comics, her and Rick actually have a relationship instead of Michonne. Thank you, Angel. So, all righty. So I've done 45 minutes. I was just going to come on, show a few books, talk real quick about Endgame. So I appreciate all you stopping in, saying, hey, yes, the Governor is my favorite part of the show on TV and in the comics. Always has been, and so far always will be. I enjoyed Negan more in the comics. I'm enjoying the Governor Milton. And we were talking about it earlier. I don't want to give away any spoilers. Well, I kind of did earlier. But don't go back and watch if you don't want to know. But the last issue was really, really a shocker, The Walking Dead, that came out yesterday. So it was a shocking issue. So, all right, y'all. Thanks for watching as always. I appreciate all of you for tuning in. And it's why this is the kind of stuff I can't do with anyone around here that I know. So it's glad to be able to talk about this kind of stuff with y'all. So thank y'all. See you later, Angel. Steve, if you're still here, Toon. It's good to see all of y'all. Anybody else still here? I think everybody else left. Steve, Epic Zombie Killer, of course. Thanks for stopping in and your support always. Love your channel. Stay at it, man. I love your content. So, all right, y'all take care. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you soon. Farley out.